What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the LS Blue Racing YouTube channel. I know I haven't made a good video in a while, and I know it's been a solid almost a year since I made an update video of the old truck, and quite a few stuff has changed on it. I've done a whole lot of stuff to it since I made that last video, but I got a request to do an updated one. Here's the updated one. Quite a bit is different than it used to be. Let's check it out. So let's start with the basics. The truck is a 1996 Super Sport S10. It originally came black, but I painted it this World Rally blue. It's a Subaru color. The code is 02C. And you know, the 96 models, they had the single glass headlight up front. I personally think the old style looked a little bit more aggressive for drag racing, but this style just looks better all around. I mean, that there is a pretty dang mean looking setup. So the hood is a 6-inch fiberglass racer's edge hood that is secured by the Motion Raceworks Zeus fasteners on both sides for the S10 series. Moving around, we've got some beautiful Weld S71 RTs, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I got them on a trade. Wheels. The fronts are 15 by 4. They are 185, 80, 15. With the Blazer dual piston caliper setup. I got it at a junkyard. It's a very nice little setup if you get a chance to stop by a junkyard and grab all the stuff that you need. You need the caliper bracket, the brake pad, the rotor, the hub, and the spindle. It's quite a bit of parts that you need, but it's cheap and you get a nice brake upgrade. Oh, and also the truck has extended ball joints in the front. They allow for quite a bit of travel. 6.5, almost 7 inches. In the rear, we have some 15 by, I think, 9.33 inch wheels with a 28-inch slick Mickey Thompson ET drag slick. And I think these are the stiff walls. I'm not sure. I don't know. Don't hold me to that. I got them from a friend for a good deal, so I've just been running these for now. We have the discontinued Street Scene Step Shaver kit. You can no longer get these kits, but there are people that make custom kits out there. I personally really like the way these look. Good luck finding them. Now, before we go to the interior of the truck and take the hood off, the truck, as it sits, with me in it, race ready, weighs 3,070 pounds. I did quite a bit to get it down to that weight, and I'll go over that stuff, and maybe you can copy the same on your truck to get your weight down, but it's pretty straightforward to knock some weight off there. On the interior, it is nothing special. I'm a redneck. We have no factory carpet. This carpet came from Lowe's. I put it all in myself. It was like a $25, $30 roll, and I just glued it all, pre-cut it, fitted it all, and glued it in and self-tapper screwed it. The dash is completely gutted. There's nothing in the dash. There's no wiring. There's not even a fuse panel here. It's just open. The headlight switch, there's literal just wires connected to them. There's no heating. There's no AC. There's no speakers. There is nothing but what I need. And I kind of like this because I can, it looks good and it's lightweight. The roll bar is a custom kit made by a local fella, and he did an absolute fantastic job. I need to paint it a little bit better, but it gets the job done. Obviously, I have 2 Kirkies with custom mounts. These aren't mounts that you can buy. We custom made these one day at the guy that did the roll cage. This one needs to be trimmed, but you can see how it mounts in the same way for the passenger side. Pretty easy, or for the driver's side, whatever. Pretty self-explanatory. You use the factory seat studs here for this piece. Bring it all the way back. Pretty easy. My wife bought me some harnesses for Christmas. I like them. Got my fire extinguisher because Rather be safe than sorry. Here we have a Joe's Performance switch panel and a TCI Outlaw shifter with my trans brake button here. Battery is disconnected, so it's not going to work. But that's where my trans brake button is. Got some wiring over there. It's kind of a mess, but it's fine. Up top we have no, whatever you want to call that up there. I don't remember what it's called. Still have power windows. Like I said, the battery is disconnected. They still work. The locks do not work. Here's a look at the passenger side seat mount. Pretty easy. And you've seen these, I think. Yeah, you've seen that one. In here, I have my computer, which is a Holley Terminator X. And it is a game changer. Original Super Sport badge that was on the truck. This is my Terminator display screen. It's, like I said, it was a game changer. When we removed the carpet, I weighed it, and the carpet alone was 60 pounds. The driver's seat, it was a 60-40 split seat. The driver's seat was 80 pounds, and the passenger seat was maybe 40 because it was just the seat by itself. So there's a good chunk of weight right there. All the guts on the inside of the dash added up to maybe 50 pounds. There wasn't a lot. Mainly wiring and speakers. The speakers were the heaviest part, but you're not going to lose a whole lot of weight. From the dash, it all came down to the carpet and the seats. Hood is pretty easy to take off. There is a tool to do this so you don't scratch it up like I have. But I don't have that tool. So I use a screwdriver, and I scratch the crap out of my fasteners. See, just like that. And like I said, I am a redneck, and I did this in a day. And honestly, it turned out pretty good. It didn't happen without battle scars, though. Now, before we go under the hood, I'm very proud of the way under the hood looks. It's dirty, yes, but I really think it looks so much better than it used to with the old Trailblazer Super Sport intake. Here's a before. And here's an after. So much better. Like I said, it's a little dirty, a little dusty, but it's okay. So let's break all this down. What is this? What is this? What is that? Well, this is an LQ460. Stock bottom end. It's fresh rod bearings, fresh main bearings, cam bearings. Stock rings, I should have changed them, but I did not, and it's fine. Up top, we have stock cast 862s. They have been home ported a little bit on the exhaust, not much. I don't know what I'm doing. Milled enough, just enough to clean up. And we have some eBay valve covers. They get the job done. MSD plug wires, they are pretty nice. Under there we have Brian Tooley Racing 660 dual valve springs with titanium hardware to support the large cam motion Junkyard Dog nitrous cam. Now this cam is for a single plane intake cathedral port setup. So it's, it's pretty much designed for this, for nitrous. Speaking of nitrous, this is a single plane Holley intake with a nitrous outlet Stinger 2 plate kit with an AccuFab 4150 throttle body. Absolutely love that throttle body. Running a 100 wet shot right now with an Aeromotive fuel regulator. Needs to be redone, the fuel system for the nitrous, because right now I have an inlet coming into the fuel rail here, going around, out, return, and then the other out supplies the nitrous fuel, which I need to redo so I can have a standalone system, run a hotter fuel or whatever. Obviously have the Cleator Valley cover. My water pump is a stock truck water pump, stock truck accessories, custom radiator hose from a Silverado. The steam port is supposed to go into the radiator on the stock truck. Well, you just drill and tap a fitting into your water pump, and there you go. ICT billet alternator bracket with power steering pump and stock Silverado hoses that have been modified to work. Hedman Hustler long tube headers. I've got a video on these somewhere. They fit pretty good. They're a little tight, but they get the job done. 1 3/4 inch primaries, so not the biggest, but better than the shorties. A manual brake kit that I pretty much put together myself. It needs a proportion valve to have better brakes, but like I said, it gets the job done. Here's the other side for the headers, so you see how they fit. GM muscle car oil pan does not hang too low, if any, below the bottom of the truck. Did I mention the Holley fuel rails? Those are pretty nice. 50-pound injectors. I have about a 55% duty cycle, wide open throttle, so it's pretty good. Up front we have a stock 4.3 S10 radiator with a limited edition Mountain Dew bottle for my overflow. 1998 and up Dodge Intrepid dual electric fans. All this is powered by a Holley Terminator X that goes in through the heater core hole. Could be a little bit tighter, but it's fine. It's really fine. Down here you can see the Viking double adjustable Crusader shocks, stock control arms with the extended ball joints, stock steering shaft, and stock Super Sport S10 gearbox. It's the faster turning gearbox. That wraps up the engine. Now, as far as weight reduction in the front, your core support, cut out as much junk as you possibly can. There's not much there, but cut it out. No windshield wipers. This saved probably 20 to 30 pounds. And, well, you know, it's on the borderline of being a street truck and a trailer truck. No brake booster, obviously. That saved quite a bit of weight. No inner fenders. That saved a couple pounds, probably 20. A good way to get some weight transfer is take your front sway bar off. I took mine off completely, took the mounts off for it, took the end links off for it, and that dude was pretty heavy, probably 30 to 40 pounds, I think. It's been so long, and it transfers pretty nice now. Underneath, we have a 400 turbo transmission. It's under there somewhere. There's the long tube on the driver's side. Stock transmission cross member that's just been modified. 3-inch exhaust mandrel bent to an X-pipe and dual Black Widow Widowmakers. My drive shaft loop and a custom heavy-duty drive shaft from, I think, Republic Diesel in Louisville. In the back, we have a Ford 9-inch with 410 gears, QA1 single adjustable shocks with, I think, 2-inch drop blocks. Stock springs in the front too. Truck also has the low profile cow tracks. They work pretty good. You can see how the exhaust is ran. It's just dumped in front of the front It's just dumped in front of the axle. Pretty simple. Also have the quick performance disc brake swap in the rear. They're a little rusty, but they work perfect. The springs in the rear are stock ZQ8 springs with the helper spring removed. I have a video to that. I will link it in the description. It was pretty straightforward. Kind of helped out change the spring rate. Under my hood in the back, I have my fuel cell. It's a Jegs 16 to 18 gallon tank. The bed has been tubbed, and it was this way before I bought it. I don't plan on making it a pro street truck with big tires, but that's what it is. The bars come straight out the back and mount to the frame rail somewhere under there that I can't get to. Battery has been relocated with a cutoff switch in the back. The fuel tank has been completely removed. There's nothing here. we have a fuel cell. I have my fuel pump mounted on the inside of the frame rail right there. Now, whenever I put this aftermarket hood on, that alone saved probably 40 to 50 pounds, because the hood that I was running, I think it weighed 40, and then you have your what was it? The release cable, the front bracket. You had a couple other little things, and it all adds up. It doesn't sound like much, but it adds up. And then when I put the rear end in, I took out the emergency brake cable, the pedal, and all that. So there was 4 or 5 pounds. Like I said, it's not much at the time, but it adds up. And before you know it, you dropped 100 pounds off hardly anything. The transmission is a built 400 turbo with a 3500 nitrous stall from PTC. It needs to be restalled. It's a little very on the tight side, and I can't get my 60 foot to exactly what it needs to be. It's in the 1.7s all motor off the trans brake. And to be honest, that's garbage. So that is it on the truck and the way it sits for 2023. Future plans for it: Racer's Edge front bumper. You know I've got to do that to match the hood and to lose 30 pounds right there. 200 shot coming maybe this fall. Got to have a, what is it called, a solid state relay for the progressive system, which my nitrous is powered by. Other than that, the truck's pretty basic. It's been 1148 at 116, but it's been 118 in the quarter, 620, 720s in the eighth at 94, 95 mile per hour. It went a best of 670 with the old cam on 100 shot, 678 at 104. I haven't gotten a successful pass with the new cam and all that on nitrous just yet, but it's coming very soon, so stick around. If you got any more questions, pop them off in the comment and I'll try to get to them. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you.